Criminals vary greatly in their level of danger and severity of their crimes, but regardless of the intensity, all deserve to face legal consequences. However, those deemed highly dangerous, including serial killers, terrorists, and cartel bosses, require placement in prisons with the highest level of security due to their high-risk profiles. It's worth noting that not all regions have the capacity to run such high-security prison facilities. This often requires transferring these high-risk convicts to other jurisdictions, as we commonly see between Mexico and the United States. In the following video, we explore the top 10 most secure prisons around the globe, specifically designed to house such dangerous individuals. Number 10. Federal Penitentiary of Caranduvas, Brazil. In Brazil's southwestern wilderness, the Caranduvas Federal Prison looms ominously, a dread-inducing fortress of supreme security, a final destination for the nation's vilest criminals. Within its chilling confines, limited to 208, it imprisons not mere thieves, but ruthless drug lords, remorseless murderers, and notorious gang leaders, such as Fernandinho Behamar of Red Command and Marcula, alleged mastermind of the 1st Capital Command, PCC. More than its infamous inmates, it is Caranduvas' extraordinary security that sets it apart. Reflecting the impenetrability of American supermax facilities, it melds advanced technology and architectural strategies for maximum control. Staffed by an elite squad of riot control specialists, the prison operates under relentless discipline. Inmates subjected to near-total solitude are allowed scarce and heavily supervised human contact. Number 9. Regional Reception Center, SHU, Canada. Emerging from Quebec's tranquil landscape, the Special Handling Unit, SHU, of the Regional Reception Center stands aloof on a solitary hill, a sentinel of Canadian Correctional Administration. Its residents aren't typical inmates, they're the nation's most sinister predators. The SHU, a fortress of stern authority, houses only 90 inmates, reflecting the intense scrutiny and control within its impregnable walls. It's a realm reserved for those steeped in the darkest depths of crime. In its chilling confines resided Paul Bernardo, the notorious serial killer whose reign of terror scarred the Niagara region in the early 90s. His gruesome deeds forever imprinted a legacy of fear, earning him a berth within the SHU's fortified walls. Equally infamous was Michael Wayne McGray, known as Canada's worst serial killer. Life in the SHU is stark and regimented, with inmates confined to cells for 23 hours daily. Freedom is fleeting, every moment scrutinized and movement strictly escorted, mitigating the risk of violent encounters. Number 8. Goulburn Correctional Centre, Australia. Beyond Australia's sun-dappled beaches, vibrant fauna, and the iconic Sydney Opera House, a harsh contrast emerges in the form of the Goulburn Correctional Centre. Nestled in New South Wales, this high-security fortress, home to 740 inmates, underscores the darker shades of the outback's sunlit freedom. Within Goulburn's grim perimeters once lurked Ivan Milat, the backpacker murderer, his 7 horrifying murders in the late 80s and early 90s etching his name in infamy. The very walls that contained him echo the magnitude of his crimes. Similarly, Carl Williams, a drug trafficker and convicted murderer entangled in the Melbourne gangland killings, inhabited Goulburn's austere supermax section, his reign of chaos culminating within its confines. Goulburn's distinctiveness emanates from its formidable security measures. An advanced surveillance network of ceaseless CCTV eyes scrutinizes every corner. Visitors face stringent screenings, multiple checkpoints, exhaustive body searches, and personal identification inspections, reflecting Goulburn's relentless pursuit of control and security. Number 7. Fleury, France. An hour's drive south of the picturesque streets of Paris lies an imposing structure that houses a world far removed from the charming allure of the French capital. Welcome to Fleury, the largest and most secure prison in France. Stretching over an expansive 180 hectares, Fleury stands as a chilling symbol of restraint, boasting Europe's highest inmate population of over 4,000. However, its confines imprison more than mere lawbreakers. They harbor France's most infamous criminals. The notorious Carlos the Jackal, a Venezuelan terrorist known for a string of bombings, assassinations, and hostage situations in the 70s and 80s, on behalf of the Palestinian cause, was one such inmate. Fleury somber history reverberates with the name of Salah Abdeslam, the sole surviving executor of the harrowing 2015 Paris attacks. What elevates Fleury distinction is its extraordinary security measures. Its labyrinthine fortress-like structure, adorned with walls, fences, coils of barbed wire, is ceaselessly guarded by armed sentinels. Every entrance is a maze of ironclad gates and checkpoints under relentless surveillance. Number 6. JVA Stuttgartheim Germany. Amongst the bustling industrial city of Stuttgart, there's a stark structure that presents a stark contrast to the surrounding vibrancy. The Justizvollzugsanstalt Stuttgart Stammheim, or JVA Stuttgart Stammheim. Regarded as the highest security prison in Germany, this facility provides an impenetrable stronghold for the country's most dangerous criminals. Built to house approximately 800 inmates, the JVA Stuttgart Stammheim is no ordinary correctional institution. Its occupants are men and women who have committed acts of such grave nature that they warrant the highest levels of containment and surveillance. Among its most infamous inmates were members of the Red Army faction, a notorious far-left militant group. Notorious figures like Andreas Bader, Gudrun Ensslin, and Jean-Karl Raspe, known for their involvement in a series of bombings, assassinations, and robberies during the German Autumn, found their freedom curtailed by Stuttgart Stammheim's unyielding walls. The security measures at JV Stuttgart Stammheim set it apart from other correctional facilities. But it's not just the surveillance systems that make this facility unique. Stuttgart Stammheim was built with specialized architectural features designed to prevent escape attempts, including windowless walls facing the outside and inward angled walls, reducing the risk of successful escapes to near zero. Number 5. HMP Belmarsh UK. Nestled in London's southeastern fringes stands a formidable structure, a stark antithesis to Britain's revered heritage, Her Majesty's Prison Belmarsh. More than a penitentiary, it's a high-security citadel imprisoning the United Kingdom's most menacing denizens. Belmarsh, with its capacity to confine over 900 inmates, is an outpost devoid of liberty's light, reserved for those whose deeds have distanced them from British society's freedoms. Belmarsh's gallery of infamous inmates includes the radical cleric Abu Hamza, known for his fiery speeches inciting racial hatred, and Stephen Port, the grisly grinder killer, whose harrowing crimes of drugging, raping, and murdering 4 young men resonated with nationwide terror. What accentuates Belmarsh is its unique high-security unit, a prison within a prison, constructed to contain those who pose threats even within the main establishment. This specialized unit, with its heightened security protocols, ensures the relentless monitoring of the highest-risk prisoners. Number 4. Fuchu Prison, Japan. Amidst Japan's tranquil landscapes and vibrant culture, an austere fortress paints a contrasting image. Tucked within Tokyo's western suburbs, Fuchu Prison, the nation's maximum security stronghold, stands stark. With the capacity to incarcerate over 2,000 inmates, Fuchu Prison is not an ordinary detention center. It's a formidable repository of Japan's most dangerous deviants, those veering drastically from societal norms. Fuchu Prison's somber annals echo with infamous names. Tsutomu Miyazaki, the heinous serial killer whose gruesome crimes sent shockwaves through the nation in the late 80s, is one. Another infamous inmate, Kiyoshi Okubo, a serial killer who preyed on women, was held at Fuchu Prison before his execution. Also, many high-ranking Yakuza members are present in this prison. Distinguished by its extraordinary security mechanisms, Fuchu prison is encapsulated by towering walls topped with razor wire, an intimidating bulwark against the outside world. It stands as Japan's unwavering sentinel against severe criminality. Number 3. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. Nestled within Russia's vast expanses near the Kazakhstan border, stands an austere sentinel contradicting the surrounding wilderness. The Black Dolphin Prison, Russia's highest security stronghold. Housing approximately 700 inmates, Black Dolphin is no mere detention center. It's a fortress reserved for transgressors whose heinous acts have shocked the national conscience. Its chilling roster includes Alexander Pichushkin, the chessboard killer, convicted of 48 murders, though he claimed 60, intending to fill a chessboard. Sergei Sapok, leading the terror-inducing Sapok gang, also found his freedom curtailed within these walls. Inmates endure relentless surveillance under the watchful eyes of 24/7 duty officers. Guards employ a unique escort technique, forcing inmates into a doubled-over stance, limiting vision and movement, adding to Black Dolphin's formidable reputation. Number 2. Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp, Cuba. Amidst the Caribbean's azure waves, on Cuba's southeastern fringe, lies an institution strikingly detached from the surrounding paradise, the infamous Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp. Administered by the United States but geographically ensconced in Cuban territory, it stands as a globally contentious, highly fortified bastion. Guantanamo, designed to hold around 800 detainees, serves as more than a mere prison. It's a crucible for those deemed severe threats to global security. Among the camp's infamous inmates was Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, mastermind of the 9/11 attacks. His confinement within Guantanamo's daunting walls underscores the magnitude of his atrocities. The complex, surrounded by towering fences topped with coiled barbed wire and overseen by watchtowers manned by vigilant guards, is virtually impregnable. Its geographic isolation, nestled within a naval base, waterbound on 3 sides and shielded by heavily mined fields and a checkpoint, fortifies its security. Visitors, usually lawyers and Red Cross representatives, undergo meticulous screenings, including comprehensive body searches and rigorous identity checks. Their interactions with detainees closely monitored, underscoring the facility's uncompromising security. Number 1. ADX Florence Supermax Prison, USA. In the rugged terrains of Colorado, a structure stands as the ultimate testament to America's battle against severe crime. The administrative maximum facility, known as ADX Florence Supermax Prison, reigns supreme as the highest security prison in the United States. This bastion of law enforcement holds the capacity to incarcerate approximately 490 inmates. However, ADX Florence is not just another high-capacity prison. It's the seemingly inescapable fortress for some of the country's most dangerous and notorious criminals. Among the names etched into the annals of ADX Florence notorious inmates is Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Renowned for his criminal acumen and infamous escapes from high-security Mexican prisons, El Chapo found his freedom irrevocably curtailed upon his arrival at ADX Florence. His incarceration here marks the end of his audacious escapes and emphasizes the inescapability of this facility. Inmates spend 23 hours a day in solitary confinement within specially designed cells, eliminating opportunities for collaborative escape plots. These cells even come equipped with showers and televisions, reducing the need for inmates to leave their cells and further ensuring their containment. In essence, ADX Florence Supermax Prison stands as a potent symbol of the inescapability of justice. Its presence serves as a constant reminder of the dire consequences that await those who dare defy the rule of law. In a world where order contends with chaos, these prisons stand as unwavering sentinels of justice. From Brazil to the United States, they embody each nation's relentless pursuit of law and order, underscoring the severe consequences that await those who defy societal norms.